Hey guys, Tony back with another Lee Chess Rapid game against ClydeFrog. Finally a name I can say. Hope everyone had a lovely weekend. I did. My fiance was in town, so we hung out, had a good family Easter, played some poker with friends. What else? Cooked some good food. We've got sort of the English against the Grunfeld Slav here, so this is rapidly becoming a popular setup. Okay, I'll play d3. And I'm going to go knight b to d2, perhaps queen c2, e4, something like that. Playing quick, trying to keep my time management under control here. If he plays c5, I'll probably take on d5. I don't think he will. I was about to say he'll probably play knight b to d7, and he very quickly did. Let's see. e4, perhaps? e4, d takes e4, d takes e4, c5. Hits my pawn. Maybe just queen c2 or queen e2 there, protecting it and looking to go e5 next move, rook a to d1. I like that. I'll give e5 a whirl. Ah, there is of course, right after I play it, there is knight c5 here, which might be kind of an issue. Okay, he doesn't care. Knight c5 to d3 is kind of annoying. I have to look at that after the game. Could have been a little tragic. So now if e5, presumably knight g4 attacks the pawn too many times to protect. That does look to be the case. Okay, I'm going to go queen e2. He might go e5. I'm not sure. Might be a good idea. Now e5 might be a little bit uncomfortable, but something like rook f d8 would be a natural move, except e5, knight g4, rook e1 perhaps, protecting the pawn on e5. Yeah, he's not into that. I don't blame him. It's not clear where I want all my pieces to go. Maybe just rook f to d1 is pretty natural. Maybe b4. Bishop h3 is possible. I think I'm going to play... Yeah, I have no idea. I'm thinking I want to play rook f d1 and knight e1 to d3, something like that. Yeah, whatever. We'll play rook f to d1. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing here. A natural move for black would be rook e8, or not. The only reason I'd suggest rook e8 is that at some point I feel like he's going to want to move this guy, and right now he can't because e5 would be hanging. So maybe that's a reason to not play knight e1 right away. Though then again, now that I'm looking at this position, I sort of wish my queen was on c2 and perhaps my rook was on d1 or e1 rather, so I could bring this rook to d1. I don't think I've organized my pieces in the most effective way here. Can I do anything about that? Thought about c5 for a second. c5, knight takes c5. Dang it. c5, knight takes c5. Maybe I can just take on e5. And if c5, b takes c5, maybe I can go knight c4. Attacking e5, maybe knight d6 is possible. The problem is after knight c4, I can go bishop a6. Which again leads me to believe that my queen should be here. So many bummers. So what am I doing? Could go b4. Okay, I'll play b4. If you watch the candidates matches, by the way, chime in on what you thought of them. It's spoiler alert. If you do not know the results of the candidates, I am about to talk about them. They just finished. Karyakin won. I think essentially Karyakin won because he just has an unbelievable ability to defend worse positions. He was in some really pretty bad positions in this tournament, and he held them like a total boss, and when he got good positions, you know, he also made the most of them. And yeah, it was very close. I thought especially in the last round today that Fabio got really everything he could have wanted out of the opening. I mean, for a game that you needed to win as black, I thought he had a pretty optically pleasant position at least, and I think somehow, yeah, just in the middle game, he just got outplayed, and then he missed a cheapo, it looked like, but still a well-played tournament for him nonetheless. What if I can go bishop h3 here? Bishop h3 is more enticing now that bishop takes d7 is I mean, I think a threat, just eliminating a defender of the e5 square. Before, bishop h3 takes d7 could always be met by knight takes d7. Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, my bishop is utter crap on this diagonal currently, so let's give this a whirl. I suppose it wasn't really a threat anyway. Oh dear, it's gonna be a rough day if this is how I'm playing. Okay. Well, it's good because black obviously wants to go knight e6 to d4 here, but for the moment that's not really gonna get him anywhere. c5 is really tempting now. c5, knight c4, you know, etc. He could go c5, b5, but somehow I still feel like that's better for white. I have the a5 square to work with. This bishop is bad forever, sort of. Can he exploit the weakness of this pawn somehow? Doesn't seem easy, does it? Yeah, we'll go with this. I like this idea. Going c5 at some point is one of my only constructive plans, so let's just go for it. I would love to play knight c4, and I this week d6 square, and I this week e5 pawn. Again, at the moment, bishop a6, like knight c4, bishop a6 is kind of irritating, but Maybe at some point I'll find a retort to that. But even so, I mean, just playing c5 and making sure that down the road Black can't play c5 himself. Make sure ClydeFrog does not activate his bishop on b7. John Bartholomew announced recently that his channel won't have everyday content. Totally ruining my life. Just kidding. But seriously, it is pretty sad. I like John's content a lot. He does a great job. Probably just rook a to c1. I could also go knight b3. Suppose I could also go knight c4, huh? And just try and trade the c-pawn for the e-pawn. That's also an idea. So if knight c4, b takes c5, probably I'll go b takes c5, queen takes c5, knight c takes e5. It's sharp. I'm not sure who's actually better there, if anyone. As usual, I wouldn't mind having the center pawns. I'm just not sure in that case. My position seems kind of loose. So if not that, what else? I could go knight c4, b takes c5, knight c takes e5 instead. C takes b4. Somehow I don't love that much. So knight c4, b takes c5, b takes c5, queen takes c5, knight c to e5. Problem is if he just leaves it, my c-pawn is still pretty weak. It doesn't really... I feel like I'm only maybe solving some problems there if he just takes everything, but if he doesn't, then maybe that's not as good. He can protect his f-pawn like at any time with f6, and then I'm just like, after knight c4, f6 for instance, and I'm wondering how I protect c5. I can take on b6, a3, but that doesn't seem right for some reason. Could go knight b3 instead. I'm a little worried about rook a to c1, a5. That's why I haven't mentioned that move that much so far. I don't see anything. Maybe rook a to c1, a5, b5 is possible. Rook a to c1, a5, b5. B takes c5 rather. Yeah, Maybe rook a to c1, a5, b takes a5. If he takes, I can play... Well, maybe I can take on b6 in that position. Or I can just play knight c4, rook takes c5, knight takes b6. That's possible as well. I'll go with rook a to c1. It seems like a natural move. I just have to... I think I have answers to this. It just I'll have to think about it. Ah, so he goes b5 right away. That was not a move I expected. I'm going to play knight b3. Maybe both stopping a5 and maybe even threatening knight a5 myself. I'm not sure knight a5 is actually a good move. I mean, my knight is not amazing on that square. Okay, I'm relatively happy to trade the bishops, though. Ah, he does have knight e6 to d4 now, though. But yeah, but it's relatively well covered. Got a lot of business here. So rook takes d8, rook takes d8, knight a5 maybe. I'll try that. Maybe rook d1 here instead. My thought is I'm threatening rook takes d8, queen takes d8, and then taking on e5. And if he has to take, then I'm happy to have the d file all to my lonesome here. Or should I just play knight a5 first? I'm just going to play knight a5 first. Yeah, I mean, the risk is that eventually I'm going to recognize that this piece is just utter crap here and have to put it somewhere else, but for the time being, I'm okay with this. And I want to play rook d1. My rook is doing nothing on c1, so got to go for the switcheroo. Knight, okay, knight there, interesting. I don't know, how do I improve? Not that easy, actually. Does a4 actually do anything? Not really. He'll play a6. I have no time. My opponent has played very quickly. I'm going to play queen b3, I think. Maybe he's got this annoyingness. I'm going to put my knight on d3. I'm sensing that at some point f4 is going to be my plan, so knight d3, f4 is maybe calling my name. This might not be the best, but I think my knight is better on d3 than it is on f3. So we'll give that a whirl. Bishop f8. What the heck is that all about? Oh, he's threatening bishop c5 maybe? Oh, did he have knight takes c5 last move? My knight is hanging? Okay, I'm going to play bishop c3. I kind of wanted to play bishop c3 last move anyway to go something like, you know, putting my queen on b2, but okay, now he's forcing me to do it. It looks like we both missed a tactic last move, which is kind of embarrassing, but that's fine. Okay, stop yelling at me. Stupid clock. I'm in a lot of trouble here. I mean, just because he has quite a bit more time than I do. All right. That move might have been kind of dumb. Well, I'm kind of happy he played king g7. I mean, that's I'm going to bring my knight back. Maybe I can reposition this dude to somewhere useful. It's not doing much of anything on a5 anymore. Where to put it is the question. I'll probably go knight d2 to f1 to e3 or something like that. I'm looking for a time where f4 is good, but I'm not seeing it yet. I'll probably play a5 at some point, and I'm just going to play a3. Yeah. And I'll pre-move takes. God, ClydeFrog, 11 minutes. You're sick. Oh, wow. Well, I'm happy to play knight e3 to f5. That is cool with me. I'm just going to play king g2. I'm really tempted by knight d5 as well. Interesting. I'm just making moves here. I don't know what the heck's happening. Yeah, he's going to get knight d4 in. I'm not going to like it. I probably won't take it. I'm going to want to, though. I'll tell you that. I'm threatening to take it now. I just want to have to force him to put a pawn here instead of leaving his queen on d4. Wow. Oh, that's a very simple tactic. I thought it was like some highly complex. No, I'm just bad at chess. Oh God. All right. Well, he can exchange, and he's just up a pawn. I mean, there's not a lot to say here. The only thing I have going for me is his bishop is utter crap. Yeah. I don't really have much going on. Sure. I'll attack this guy. He can go e4, actually. He doesn't want to do that. No. I have no time left. I'm hoping I can just bag this pawn, but I think I'm actually losing here. Yeah, he gets to play king e4. I'm just totally dead. Yeah, I mean, interesting choice. Ah, he's going to get in. He doesn't want to get in. He wants to get in on the other side. How can I make this messy? I don't think I can. He can just play g4 here even. Yeah. Maybe I can nom on all his pawns. I'm going to eat all your stuff. If he goes g2, I'm going to check and take. He doesn't want that. Wisely so. Bishop f2. I have to go knight g2, presumably. Oh, that is rude. Oh, you can even take on c5. You son of a gun. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely lost here. But kind of a funny position, but I think I'm just losing. He tricked me. Well played by ClydeFrog. Just, I mean, decimating me with 6 minutes. I didn't play particularly well, and I blundered that that pawn was crucial. Just not that well played. Of course, if I could just, play knight takes g3 like so, it'd be an obvious draw, but I think he should somehow be able to put his bishop on, to crowd out my knight and put his bishop on a square that, like, prevents, some of these moves. Like, putting your bishop on g5 seems like a a natural way to go. Okay, that I just have a check, though. Ah, he can play king f2, and then bishop e7 is going to be annoying, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing here. Just bishop e7. Knight f5 is really my only move, but after g2, I don't have a square. Ah, maybe I have this. And if g2, knight f4. Oh my goodness. Did I do it? Oh, what a scumbag I am. Oh, what? Jeez, what a savage. He's gonna play this? This is disgusting. I mean, this dude is gross. You're just a rude human being for doing this to me. Oh god, I can't stop giggling. This is hilarious. I think this is actually the literal first time this has ever happened to me. I don't think he can really, I mean, my king guards all of these squares and the knight guards this square. I mean, what does he do? I mean, how does he get in? I'm just continually sort of... This is absolutely one of the funniest things that's happened to me in a while. Presumably I want to stay on light squares, is my guess. I don't feel great that I managed to get my king on a4. Maybe I should have done something else, but I don't think it much matters as long as I keep my knight relative. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. This is kind of silly, isn't it? Okay, this isn't gonna make for great viewing here, but whatever. Eventually, we're presumably gonna hit the 50 move rule. I'll go here. Oh God. I'm almost certain I'm going to get like mated like an idiot here somehow, but it'll be hilarious if I do. Can I go here now though? Bro. That was a stupid game. Okay, let's take a look at that one. Oh, what do I even say about this? Well, let's request a computer analysis. It's going to take 400 years for it to analyze 100 moves, so... This record-setting game for my channel, I think, in terms of number of moves. I actually am really interested to see what I'm supposed to do here, because I feel like I never get good positions out of the English versus this Grunfeld Slav hybrid, and so I'm kind of just, yeah, I'm curious what I'm supposed to do here. Which one am I looking at here? Let's look at the Masters database first of all. Yeah, D4 makes a lot of sense. I was trying to keep it normal style, but maybe that's not that exciting. Let's take a look at d4 for a second. Presumably bishop b7, then knight c3 or knight d2. Yeah. Knight b to d7. Okay, so queen c2 and just going for e4, the same old stuff that I always play. Yeah, this actually makes a lot of sense against this system. Now that I think about it, probably knight e4 is the main move. Okay, queen c7 and knight e4 have been played the same amount. Yeah, white scores well here. It seems like white is probably just a little bit better. I mean, if c5, presumably d5. Or not. Why this first? Bishop takes. Then d5? Takes. Yeah, I mean, white is slightly better. This bishop is total garbage, and it's not that easy to arrange e6. I mean, the computer wants to play e6 right away, but I'm going to go ahead and say that at least this is slightly better for white. I mean, this thing is going to be weak for a long time, I think, so... Yeah, d4 maybe. I'm always reluctant to play d4, though. I always want to go d3 and knight b to d2. I think that's kind of a bad idiosyncrasy I have in these lines. Maybe d4 is better. The main thing for black here, I think, is that he's played c6, and really at some point he's going to want to go c5, so maybe c6 constitutes a wasted tempo. It's not that easy to stop e4 either. I mean, what do you do? c5 right away is interesting. Let's see how bad I played. Ooh, horrendous. Okay. Yeah. Yowza. Not the greatest game I've ever played in my life. You guys can't see that. Maybe I can zoom down. Yeah, you can't see it, but at the bottom of these video, this black thing goes down really far. Depressingly far, so... Yeah, I mean, and it sort of echoes what I thought during the game, actually. I mean, I sort of felt like, for a while, white was surely for preference. I mean, up through, especially when I put, like, let's say, knight on a5 and, you know, knight a5, queen c7, all that, it felt like white was better. It felt like I had something, and then somehow I let it slip, and I was just horrifically losing. I'm not sure. Yeah, I hung that pawn. Anyway, let's keep looking at this. It's interesting. All right, so... But taking it the way I played. So knight b to d7. e4 novelty. Probably not that good, I'm going to guess. I thought e4, d takes e4, and then knight c5 was irritating. I can go e5, which was what I was planning to do, but I didn't see that knight d3 was possible. And the problem is like e5, knight g4... bishop d4. Yeah, I mean, if queen e2, probably queen d3 is good. And then I have to go something like rook e1, and even takes, like, yeah, knight is getting into d3. It's not that big of a deal, it's just kind of annoying, and I shouldn't allow this stuff. Yeah. And after c5, black should be totally fine. I mean, this knight on d3 is good, he's fixed his bishop, which was blocked for a while, and... Even if h3, knight h6, which looks like a bad square, like f5 will be a very good square, so... Probably the thing I should take away from this game is that I should play d4 here. I should probably adopt this strategy in the Anglo-Slav no matter what. I don't think b6 is the most popular move, but... Like, someone played rook e8 against me in a correspondence game, and I looked at it for a while, and I eventually settled on d4 as well. Like, I just could not find anything else that was even reasonable. But I thought d4 was interesting in this, and then... I was going to one of these squares. I think I was planning on knight c3 here, and again, white should probably try and, you know, look for e4 somehow. So, yeah, maybe that should just be my strategy against almost everything here. Bishop g4. Yeah, even here, the computer likes d4 the best. I wonder if knight e5 first. Ah. There's cheapness with the pin. So yeah, maybe d4, but then knight b to d7. Knight b to d2. Why not knight c3? I don't totally understand. D takes c4, then knight b6. I would assume queen b3 here is... queen b3, maybe bishop f3. Then queen takes d4. So if queen d3... Marin was the only person to play this way. Can't be that bad if Marin played it. Yeah, but after bishop e6... Knight d2. I would assume this is just good for white, though. This seems very comfortable for white. Yeah, I need to study these lines more, but it looks like I need to start maybe moving away from d3 against this line and move to d4 approaches. Which is, I mean, consistent with, honestly, the rest of my repertoire. I mean, I can reach... Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, I don't know why I ever really go d3. I mean, because against, like, let's say the Grunfeld move order, I'm usually going... but my pawn is not on c4 yet. But, like, let's say I start with knight f3. I mean, I've played these positions a ton of times. Castles, d4, d5. And now I usually go knight b to d2, and after c6, c4, and then b3, bishop b2. So something like bishop f5, b3, etc. And then the positions after knight b to d7 are like the same. It's essentially I've played just knight b to d2 in those positions. So yeah, so I should just go d4. I'm just dumb. Okay. But it seemed like It seemed like I kind of wanted my queen on c2 in this game. Yeah, I think my pieces are just arranged a little bit more harmoniously in this case. And the main reason why that is it seems like I want to go rook e1 and rook a to d1, and I don't love that my queen is on e2 in some of these positions, being forced to sort of guard the e-pawn in front of this rook instead of, you know, in addition to the rook. But that was just sort of my feeling during the game. Queen e2 might not be that bad. Computer doesn't hate it. I wonder if after queen c2, e5. I mean, the other thing is that if I want to go for c5 plans, the queen on c2 protects the pawn. But if I were to play similarly, like if we were to continue similarly as the game, I sort of feel a little bit more optimistic about my position here than in the game. This particular setup of my heavy pieces relative to his pieces. But maybe I'm just imagining that that's the case. I don't know. I still want to go b4. Maybe I should go b4 here instead, to not allow bishop f8, which stops it. If he goes c5, I was more than happy to go b5. I felt like this knight was not particularly well placed. And if a6, I was going a4. And yeah, he probably needs to move this knight to protect this pawn again, so he can move this knight to get it to a logical square. So something like knight e8, like he played in the game. Bishop h3. What if knight f8, like he played? Yeah, these positions are complicated. I don't know what to say about them. I don't understand. Yeah, bishop c3 would be very tempting, just trying to go queen b2 and gang up on this pawn. This seems fine. I'd rather have this position for white than the position I got in the game. I think white's position seems a little bit more harmonious than what I got. I think black should have maybe considered rook e8 here instead. Or c5, yeah. Rook e8, it seems like the rook belongs, this rook specifically belongs protecting the e-pawn, because, again, this knight is not particularly well placed there. Black sort of has redundant knights here that are taking up similar squares, but black can't move this knight right away because the e-pawn is hanging, and it feels like rook e8 is the most natural way to go. And just like I played bishop h3 because my bishop is not that active, a lot of times in these positions black plays bishop f8, you know, to c5, or at least it stops b4, etc. And I mean, even bishop h6 is possible, but with rook e8, you know, he can start. With rook fd8 he can too, but it just felt to me like rook e8 was a better square. But it would have been worth thinking about going a5 here rather. Takes. Yeah, just trying to sort of capitalize on this weak b4 pawn. Knight e8, bishop h3. I think this is all logical. Knight f8, c5. I like this move if I could get away with it, that is. Yeah, queen e7. I did think about this. I chickened out. I felt optimistic about white's chances here, but I was also a little bit scared that my pieces were a little bit oddly placed and clunky. I also wasn't sure what I'd do about f6. Apparently this sucks for black, though. Why is that? Okay, knight a5. What's the idea? I don't know. Is the other knight coming to c4? So what if I just wait a move? What if I just play something really stupid? Queen c4 check. King h7. What? How does this work? Oh, that's sick. Wow. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I obviously saw none of that. There's just literally no chance. Rook A to C1. Yeah, knight B3. The only thing I don't like about knight B3 is that I'm happy to go knight B3 when black goes B5 because A5 is tempting, but if he just leaves the tension, I'm not sure that this knight is ever really going to have... I mean, obviously I would pay him quite a large sum to go B takes C5, knight takes C5, but he's never going to do that. I mean, and if I go C takes B6, A takes B6, that really only helps black. And my knight still doesn't really have any place to go. So I'm not super excited about knight B3 just on those grounds alone. That's why I played rook A to C1. I'm still keeping rook A, knight C4 rather, in reserve. And I felt like... Oh, I missed just winning a pawn here. That was dumb. Ugh, unbelievable. Yeah, just takes, then takes here, rook takes, and then take on E5. Dang it. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Really? Oh, I missed another cheapo. This is an interesting one. I didn't think about this at all. So the idea is that there's a fork. And yeah, I mean, this would be probably just winning, I'm guessing. Rook and 2 pawns, rook and 3 pawns rather, for these two real crap knights. And these pawns are all pretty good. I mean, the C pawn would be likely worth it by itself, but with this pawn and this pawn extra, I think this position is just really bad for black. Probably not defensible long run. I mean, the Lee chess computer can only see so far, but +2. Yeah, I mean, that would have been a nice way to finish this game out. I didn't see this at all. Yeah, that's a nice tactic. So knight E5. Yeah, nice. Dang. Yeah, this is a common problem with my game. I mean, I didn't have a lot of time here. That's for sure. But a lot of times I sort of get into this mode where I'm just looking for kind of like positional improvements and little incremental improvements, and I kind of just miss concrete stuff. And yeah, I mean, like you see in this game, a lot of times if you don't, you know, it's good to be in the mode of incremental improvement and improving your position, but at the same time, a lot of times your position gets so good that black can't keep it together. And in this case, black, you know, your opponent can't keep it together, and you need to kind of cash in on those positional trumps in the form of, you know, material. And if you don't do that, a lot of times you allow black to play moves that he shouldn't get away with, and slowly but surely you lose that advantage. And you sort of see this in this game a little bit. You know, I missed winning a clean pawn, and now I missed, you know, really, again, winning a clean pawn. I mean, if I take here and black can't really go in for this, then, you know, I'm just winning a pawn for nothing. And I missed that again. And you can see already, probably here, black is worse, but not so much so that he has, like, huge problems. You know, if A4, just A6, and A takes, probably A takes. He doesn't want to give me the C pawn. And yeah, I mean, black has maybe some small problems here, but after probably like something like F6, black's really solid, and it's still very much a game. I mean, it's not that easy to finish out, I don't think. So yeah, a lot of missed opportunities in this middle game here for me. And then presumably I realized during the game, yeah, I missed knight takes C5, only to realize it when he played bishop F8, which sort of clued me in that maybe a sack on C5 was possible, and then I fixed it. No AVG antivirus. I don't want to restart. Yeah, and then finally I let black finish out the maneuver he really started a long time ago, which is put the knight on E6. Very common in this structure, and yeah, already black doesn't have huge problems, and I would say that probably around here I felt like I missed something again, and then I just blundered. I mean, I didn't see anything unbelievably obvious. I can't play F4 yet. At least I don't think I can. I mean, I played a lot of just do-nothing moves here. King G2, H3, F3. I just simply had no time, and really... Let's say queen d7. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I mean, again, I was looking for all these sacks. It just never occurred to me that this knight would be hanging at the end of this. I just missed it, and yeah, already here, it's just, God, I keep missing tactics. Like, just infinite tactics missed. Bishop e5, f takes e5, knight e5 check, etc. Just a lot of misses in time trouble. Just didn't really see anything. And yeah, and then black just found this nice tactic. It looks like, yeah, queen d2 is pretty much forced. Taking here seems positionally very bad. I thought queen takes d4, and this queen is just too strong, and the d4 square is kind of weak. It said I didn't want to go into this, so I thought moving the queen was sort of necessary, but I definitely moved the queen to the wrong square. And I was happy to just sort of try and salvage this ending. A pawn down, figuring that his bishop was very bad, and you know it's hard for him to move this knight because my knight gets into f5, and for the moment these 3 pawns are, you know, not much more effective than my 2 pawns, and but he found a good plan to play f5, and then yeah, I don't think I had any real chances here. Not sure he had to go d3, but I don't necessarily think it's that bad either. I mean, something like bishop f6, knight d3, I'm getting, I feel like, pretty close to Zugzwang, where he's going to be able to, you know, maybe go put his king in this way or get his king over here, and I'm just losing. I'm not sure. I mean, some bishop moves feel like I'm going to let him in one way or the other. Maybe putting the bishop on f4 doesn't. Like, let's say bishop d8, knight f2, king d5, king d3, bishop c7, king c2. Yeah, I mean, I think essentially black is just going to get into g3 here, and that's mostly curtains. But even this, I mean, he's getting into g3, and without the pawn on d4 blocking his bishop, this bishop is extremely active. I always have to watch out for bishop b2, which would probably hang all of my pawns. And yeah, I mean, my knight is just very bad on this square, actually. Can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. So my best hope seemed to be activating my king and trading my knight for this g-pawn, but I think that shouldn't be possible if black is a little bit careful. So for instance, yeah, I tried to leave this knight f4 idea as long as possible, hoping for g2. I think g2 is probably a draw, but white wins, actually. That's funny. Actually, I'm not surprised. I mean, bishop b2, king takes b5, bishop takes a3, c6. He can't get back to c7 in time. So something like this, he needs 2 moves to get back, and he only has 1. That's hilarious. Yeah, and I mean, if I get to take here, I have 3 connected pass pawns versus his bishop. So good on him for avoiding it. All my scams and cheap tricks. This is forced. I, again, have to stop g2. Very strong idea for my opponent again. I mean, I can't take because this is just completely terminal. I mean, the only thing I can do is hope to fight on after, you know, taking all of these pawns, but again, my opponent finds a nice deflection. If here, then here, and I can't stop this one, sadly. So I have to take the last one, and here, yeah, I mean, I said this should be winning, and it is very clearly winning. I think even my first thought was actually bishop e7. I mean, I don't think I can really do anything. If something like king b3, he just gets in. And now knight h4 is no longer possible. I can't go to these squares. I have to go here. And I think at this point he's out of moves. But I wonder if black can be totally rude and just go just go here and prevent all of the moves, the knight moves that get the knight back into the game. If king c4, then just here, and yeah. Again, the knight can't come anywhere close to the pawn, and so g2, g1 is just death. This, I mean, he gave me an extra square, and now I have the tiniest bit of running room, which shouldn't help, I don't think, but... Yeah, and g2, I think, is just a blunder, essentially. This is an old trick versus... in knight versus pawn endings. So without the bishop, it's a very well-known trick that you can play this knight g6 idea, and when g2 comes, you can play knight f4. And the point, of course, is that if he queens, then I go knight h3 check, and yeah, this is just a simple draw. But he very, very humorously and cleverly queen to a knight, which perhaps thinking I was going to pre-move, or he just wanted to be a clown, or he legitimately wanted to try and beat me. Knight and bishop versus knight, but yeah, this is a theoretical draw. It does look like I bungled it at some point, though, which is kind of hilarious. So I want to see where that is. Maybe I lost a knight. Well, that's clearly what happened. So he missed some forced way to win my knight. Yeah, I sort of made this more difficult than I should have. The moment he let me go knight c4 or king c4, I probably should have just went king c4. I should head towards the center in usual bishop and knight versus king fashion, but I didn't do that. And probably, like, even here, I should just, at any 19 points that I could have played king c4, I should have played king c4. That was dumb, because I sort of got myself into a bind here. So why is knight d4 crushing? Really? Ah, he separates me from my knight here. My knight has to go to some stupid square, my king has to walk away. Oh, yeah. And you'll notice that my knight doesn't actually have any squares. Wow, that's gross. That's sick. So this is like some kind of a weird knight domination, and he missed it somehow. So if there... Ah, it's similar. Again, he's taking away this square to force my king to some really stupid place, and my knight is dominated on the edge of the board. Yeah, so this is just a great example of not putting your pieces on stupid squares in these endings. I should have just walked towards the center a lot earlier and not done this. But then we wouldn't have gotten to see this, and this is absolutely hilarious and totally ridiculous, and the rest is just a draw. But I presume that given that my opponent was sick enough to queen to a knight on move 69, that he probably would have played all the way to a move 119 if he really wanted to. But it looks like he kind of screwed up here and got his knight trapped on the edge, and had to trade off into bishop and king versus king. But yeah, I'm happy for that. I didn't have any time left. Totally lucky save by me, and totally bungled a relatively promising middle game by me as well. So hope you guys enjoyed seeing me play like absolute crap, and hopefully tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, I'll be hitting you guys with some more instructive content. Hope you liked it. Hope you had fun. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Mondays generally suck, but hope you guys are making the best of it. I will talk to you later. Bye.